you can tell by the title, today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial for you. This look is based off of a huge trend for the fall of 2013, which is the berry wine colored lip. Basically, every brand is coming out with either a lipstick, stain, gloss around this color. It's a huge thing coming into the fall, and I figured this would be the perfect way to kick off fall makeup trends because I love the trends this season. I think they're my favorite trends that I have seen for the past 4 or 5 years. So I'm super excited to be doing lots of makeup tutorials for the fall trends. So, as always, this is going to look good on all eye colors. It's going to look good on all skin tones. Everybody can rock this look. Of course, you can simplify it, but I always do the entire show from A to Z in case you guys want to know exactly what to do. But don't forget that if you don't do this whole thing, you can still be on trend. You can definitely simplify it. So with that being said, I really hope you guys enjoy my tutorial, and I will see you next time. Mwah! Bye! Oh wait, you are always asking me about my hair, so I have to start getting better at this. I curled my hair today with the Titan 3 by NuMe. I, of course, have a discount code, otherwise I wouldn't be talking about it. It will be down in my description bar, so you guys can go ahead and get $110 off. That's right, $110. I love you. I am starting off with a fresh, clean face, and first thing I'm doing is priming my eyelids. I'm using MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NW20. I have talked about millions of times how much I love this concealer for priming the eyes. I'm using it in shade NW20, which is a little bit lighter than my natural skin tone, as you can see, and this will just make it so that the pigment and shadows stand out more against my eyelid. I'm going to pin back my hair so that I'm not irritating you the entire video, and I'm going in with first Makeup Geek Peach Smoothie Eyeshadow. This is an amazing dupe for MAC Samoa Silk. I am using a Sigma E40 brush, which is just a big, fat, synthetic brush just to buff this into the eye area. As you can see, I first touch it on the outer crease of my eye, and then I'm going to blend it back and forth in windshield wiper motions, going all the way into that inner corner. The less product you have on the brush, the more you can start working up towards your brow to make sure that it's seamless and you don't have any harsh lines or cutoff points. Then I'm going to go in with another Makeup Geek product, and this is Creme Brulee. Again, I'm going to push this right in that outer corner, a little bit lower than I did with the Peach Smoothie, and then blending it all the way into the inner corner once again. I always start in the outer corner because that's where I generally like it to be darkest because it will give a very small illusion of a cat eye. Then I'm going to use Makeup Geek Pigment in Nightlife. This is from the new fall collection that I was raving about in my last favorites video. It's this beautiful taupe shade. It's so universal. It's got a little bit of purple in it, a little bit of silver in it. And I started off using the MAC 242 brush, and then I realized I was getting so much fallout that I switched to the Sigma E55. I used to love the MAC 242, and then once I discovered the E55 brush, it's just like, bye! This is so much better. It packs on the pigment so densely. I barely get any fallout when using this brush. I just love it so much. I have nothing bad to say about this brush. And then once I get to the crease area, I turn my brush sideways just to gently blend. But you don't want to take this pigment any higher than the crease, otherwise it can start to look a little messy. Then using a blending brush, this is a goat hair blending brush, which usually that's what white brushes mean, which is not going to pack on as much color as a black brush. And I'm picking up a tiny bit of more creme brulee and just buffing that out once again so we have that nice, seamless, smoky effect with no harsh lines whatsoever. Then I'm going to use MAC Fix Plus, which is a setting spray, and I'm going to spray it on the brush with that pigment on it and just dab it right in the center of my lid. As you can see, this is going to give us a little pop of metallic right in the center of the eye, which will bring more attention to the eyes and give it a nice glossy, kind of glittery, shimmery effect. I'm using Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner, and this is in the shade Blackest Black. And I'm just going to use any eyeliner angle brush you have, and I'm going to just go ahead and rub this all over the top of my lashes. I'm going to go back and forth because when I go back and forth, I think it really blends it out instead of getting a huge amount of product and just going in with one swipe. I think it makes it a lot prettier. Then I'm going to go in with L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara, and I'm going to just go ahead and coat my lashes. I'm not curling them or trying to make them look pretty. I'm just simply getting some mascara on them just so they're black and not covered in eyeshadow. Then I'm going to pop on some lashes. These are velour lashes in Strike a Pose. You know I use these lashes all the time. They do last literally 20 to 25 times in uses, so I just keep using them over and over and over and over. And then after I get those on nice and tight, I'm going to go over that lash line with the Balm Schwing eyeliner. It's a super jet black eyeliner, as you can see. and it dries to a matte finish, which is very important to me because I don't like shiny eyeliners. Then I'm going to prime my face with Urban Decay Brightening and Tightening Complexion Primer Potion. Whew, that was a mouthful. Sorry, I got an email. I have not noticed anything great about this primer, but I do own it, so I'm going to get my use out of it. Then I'm using Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, and I'm going to use a flat top kabuki brush. This one is by Sigma. Are you surprised? And I'm just going to buff this all over my face. I love flat top kabuki brushes that are synthetic. They work on every skin texture, skin type. It makes it look the most airbrushed I think that you can possibly get. And of course, covering up my little blemish. And then I'm going to use MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NW25 instead of 20. This is the same color as the rest of my face pretty much, and I'm going to use this under my eye just because I don't want to do a super highlighted effect, because highlighting and contouring to the extreme is not really in this fall, and I'm basing this tutorial around fall trends. So therefore I'm using NW25 instead. This brush was in my favorite video and I already forgot the name of it, and I'll list it below. Then I'm using Bare Minerals Original Foundation. This is the luminous one that has a really pretty glow in it. And then I'm going to use the Tarte Foundation Kabuki brush. I believe that's what it is. And it's a super dense brush. And I'm just going to pack this on the T-zone area. I don't put it above my top lip because when I do that, I think that it actually breaks up the foundation quicker throughout the day. I never powder my top lip. And then I am so sorry. I'm getting so many emails right now, you guys. And then I'm going to go in with Anastasia Brow Wiz in Soft Brown, and I'm going to just trace my entire eyebrow, making the outer tail darker than the inner corner, and then using the spoolie to just brush it out. I'm going to highlight my brow with MAC Shroom. This is my holy grail brow highlighter. I use this on anyone who has a skin tone near mine. And again, I'm using a Sigma E40 brush just to highlight underneath of that brow area. I'm now using Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder. This is in Diffuse Light. I'm going to use a tapered highlighting brush and just dust this under my eye area, up towards the temple, down by the sides of the nose for a soft, gentle highlight. Then I'm using Benefit Hoola Bronzer. Such a great bronzer. This is such a universal shade. I talk about it more in depth in my contour video that I will leave below on how I contour myself and my clients. But here you're just going to get the quick version. And I am just going in, contouring, and then buffing it out. Once again, I'm not doing a super intense contour. I'm buffing it out a lot because this fall you see a lot of the bronzer action not happening so intense and strikingly as we did see last season. So I figured I would do it this way since it is a trend video. Then I'm using Benefit Rockateur Blush. This is a rose gold blush by Benefit. They just came out with it in the last month or so. It is very, very beautiful. I will say that the blending power is not as great as I wish it was, but that's okay. It's still pretty. I think the color is amazing. Then I'm going to use Josie Maran Argan Illuminating Powder. I talked about this in my video as well, my favorites, so you can see the shade here. It's such a pretty universal shade. Like I said, it's a beige. It's not too pink or silver. Then I'm going to use a matte black eyeshadow. This one is again by Makeup Geek. I did not realize that I was doing an entire makeup look with Makeup Geek products, but a lot of you have asked for that, so you're welcome. And then I'm going to just take a pencil brush and buff that out using Creme Brulee once again, just going back and forth. I get that black in there nice and densely, and then I go over it with a light color like Creme Brulee just to make it again seamless. And then I go in with Cocoa Bear, which is again by Makeup Geek. I'm going to buff that out again just to give it a little bit more depth. But I do the Creme Brulee first, that way this is seamless. As you can see, it just looks very blown out. There's nothing harsh about it. Then using again the same L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara, I'm just going to coat my bottom lashes so that they're not white or colored in shadow. Even if you have tiny lashes, that's important. I'm going to use MAC Burgundy Lip Pencil. You can see I sped this up. And that tattooed man running by was my husband. It wasn't a ghost. I'm just going to coat my entire lips in this. I do have a lip balm on, so it's going on nice and sheer, which is what I want. Then I'm going to use Urban Decay lipstick in Shame. Any berry color that you have will work. I'm using this one because it's a newer lipstick that I own because I love the formula of these. And I'm going to coat my entire mouth in this. I'm not going to go too high up over my liner though. I'm mainly keeping this in the center of my lips. Then using a brush, I will buff this out so you get a very mild ombre effect where it's darker in the center and lighter on the outside, which is again a very big trend right now. I'm going to use Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray, and I use a hefty amount just to set everything so we ensure that it does not move, keeps you nice and hydrated. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I love you so much, and I'll see you soon. Mwah! Bye!